Hello everyone, this is Finn. Today, January 8th, marks the 3-year anniversary since I've joined OG Network. 2 days before I made the Enthusiast Guild. And I'd like to make a special video in regards to that. Basically, just give a retrospect of my experience on the server for the past 3 years. When I first joined OG, I was just getting back into Minecraft and I had no idea how Java worked because before I've just played Bedrock, well, namely Pocket Edition. So playing on Java was completely new to me. I found the server just by chance on YouTube. I think I was like, I don't know, it was a bit random of how I found it. I was watching like Forge Labs or something, and one of his like 100 days, I'm pretty sure it was like a zombie video. Then I got like recommended a video from Mr. Epic. It was his survival games video, him advertising his server for the first time back then. I saw the video and got a little bit interested in the server. Never played on an actual SMP before, aside from like Lifeboat, um Infinity Wars, not Infinity Wars, Infinity Worlds, way back when that was still new. So I wanted to give it a shot. So this was in December. I didn't actually get to hooking up my PC, well, my laptop, and actually start to play Minecraft until like January 5th or something. And then came January 8th is when I decided, you know what? Let me play on the server. Um I know nothing. I had no mods, no clients, just vanilla Minecraft launcher, and I decided to join. When I first joined, you have like your starter shit, uh, stone tools, your guidebook, and this was also when old castle spawn was still a thing, and it was fairly active at that time because of the holidays. It was a little bit after New Year's, but school was out, so it was pretty active. And stepping out, I first see just a bunch of spawn killers, um, bunch of players, camping, a lot of activity in chat. So instead of going forward like most of these new players like to do, I went back and around, come to the market. You see what that was? I had no idea what the market was. I just knew that was place across spawn. So I did that. I mean, I quickly found out that I couldn't really buy anything. So from there, I just went straight through the market, and I went further and I saw this giant fucking wall of cobblestone or just random bullshit blocks. Went through that. I don't think I really died. I didn't die for a bit actually. Yeah, I went through that, and I didn't go through the nether because I didn't know much about nether travel and how you could go further if you go through the nether. I didn't know anything about that. I'm telling you, I was a bot at the time. So I just went through the overworld and went about a good couple thousand blocks. I think around 7,000 blocks. And then I made a base. Well, kind of a base. I made like a little shelter, like a little shack or something in a mountain. So there for a couple days, I got some gear, got somewhat situated, and felt confident that I could just keep going. I left the place. I put a little TNT trap, left a iron door there, in hopes someone finding him and them blowing up. That didn't work out. They had a totem, so they didn't die. From there, just went out, searched for a place to stay, and I decided to buy a rank and create a guild. I didn't really know what guilds were, but I wanted to give it a try. The name Enthusiast, it came from just like my family group chat when we were playing Minecraft for like that 2 week phase when I was home. I just called it Minecraft Enthusiast. But no thought behind it. That's just the name I came up with. I just took that name and just made it into the Guild Enthusiast. A little bit after that, I invited my first member. His name was AR Gamer King. We barely interacted. The only time he really I really was playing with him was when he was digging out this huge tunnel, one of the earlier bases. Yeah, other than that, he wasn't really around. That's why I made the guild, bought OG Plus. Yes, I bought OG and then OG Plus because at the time OG Plus was the subscription, not OG Plus Plus as it is right now. I got that, made the guild, started working on the base by myself, and then I started to invite more members. I made a post in the old guild recruitment channel, and I recruited Joker, Finny, Robo Chicken, and Funky Stew. Those were like the original guys I recruited. As you know, Joker and Finny became the founders because they stuck around the longest. They were there since the very beginning and they never really left. But at the time, there was a 10 limit cap, like a 10-player limit cap for how many players you can have in a guild. Because at the time, the amount of players you could have in a guild was dependent on guild level. And at the time, guild levels were extremely broken. You could have a player that has been playing since 2021 join your guild and you boost up like 10 levels just from that dude joining. Because of that limitation, we split the guild into 3. So I was the owner of Enthusiast. Vinny decided to name her guild Devotions. She wanted it to be all caps to make it seem intimidating. That's just her reasoning. And Joker named his guild Avidians. So it was all like synonyms of enthusiasts. That was it. It's not a lot of I mean, it is pretty creative, I guess. But yeah, that's how those guilds came to be. But Avidians didn't do so well. It got like it got a few members, but at the end of the day, it didn't pop off. Not like Devotions, it was doing so well at a point. It was doing better than Enthusiasts. Finny was a good guild leader, and while I was also doing my stuff with Enthusiasts, making bases, getting griefed, all that fun stuff, getting incited. Which even though we got griefed a lot and incited a lot at the very beginning by a lot of older players, it's a good learning process because now as time goes on, got stricter and stricter who we invite to the guild. We have stricter requirements, and it's a fun learning experience for the most part. It did suck when you have a good base that you've been working on get griefed by an insider, though. I cannot lie. But yeah, that's pretty much how Enthusiast came to be, and the 2 other guilds. But I continued playing, and I wasn't really with the community yet. I was just kind of doing my own thing. Didn't really interact too much till a bit, like probably like February or March, something like that. That's when other guilds start to notice our guild. And our first ally was B-Boys. It was I Eat a Lot of Food, Daiquiri, and Minecrafter. And they then merged into Winterwolf's guild, Arc. They were a pretty powerful guild for a little bit, making huge farms. Most famous, the Arc Gold Farm, where the infamous voice clip of me crashing out over the Blaze Spawner getting griefed by Inverse. Yeah, it was that base. We were allies with them, and we had the Discord. The Discord was at the time was called Enthusiast, but now it's called Enthusia. It grown so much to where it's no longer just a guild Discord. It became an ally Discord, then it became a community Discord, and then it came back to being just an ally Discord, and now it's just whatever. I don't even know what it is anymore. It's just a Discord with members in it. Not a lot of use anymore, but hey, it exists for if something happens. More players started joining our Discord. Our Discord rapidly grew, our ally list grew. We started getting a lot of members for all the branch guilds and the main guild, and we just kept growing. But unfortunately, we got some annoying people. It's just how it is. It's just all games have these annoying players that just either take the game too seriously or just what's it called, nothing better to do with their life. So sometimes they make the game miserable, but it is what it is. It's like that with every community, unfortunately. The reason why I'm sharing this because OG was really fun at the very beginning, and after that, like as I got established with the community, I wasn't the most liked, but I was established. People knew who I was. Like with guild drama, some members saying funny stuff that other players do not like much. My guild became pretty hated But then, well, mainly towards the older players, and new players are influenced by older players, so they'll follow the older players, stuff like that. So yeah, we got established. Weren't the most liked at times, but hey, whatever. I don't care for people who aren't in my guild or who aren't allies. So not gonna take away from my fun. But yeah, during the year of 2022, I think that was like the best year for OG. It was when I first started. A lot of great people, and was the beginning of the guild. Sure, we've had issues, we've had mishaps, we had our first nuke for the enthusiast discord. Even with all that, it was still enjoyable. We went through it, we learned, and then we moved on. And then it led to our 1 year anniversary for the guild, which was a big milestone because most guilds don't even last a couple weeks. So see that really something I created and other players that I invited keep the guild alive for that long is just crazy to me. And it was really fun. We had a ton of members join back after some of them being almost a year hiatus. Join back just for the event. Even some members who aren't even in the guild anymore. And for example, GM Archer, he was in Desire at the time, but he came back. Well, he didn't come back to the guild, but he participated in the enthusiast anniversary, and we had like about good 20 members online at that time. It was great. So we went to one of our bases, celebrated, chilled in VC, just fucked around at spawn. Some of us died as usual. We're not the best PvPers, but we have fun. We then went back to old bases, a trip down memory lane for some people, and yeah, and that was pretty much the event. Didn't do too much. It wasn't crazy. But then 2023 happened. It wasn't the worst year. I mean, it was an okay year, but 2023 was the year I started to get inactive. But it was because of work. IRL commitments that I couldn't be here. So I started to miss a ton of stuff and be out of a loop with a lot of things. Because at the time, starting in 2023, we got some newer members. I think they joined a little bit before, but it was after I left. We had these members, Sleepy AU, Sleepy Femboy, Head Pop, or SWAT Zone, whatever his fucking name is now. That was when they all joined, and almost nuked the main Discord because I trusted them too much. Thankfully, Tom at the time, UK Tom, no, a lot of people love that guy. He actually stripped them before they could really do anything, and ended up kicking them. And there's a bit of drama with them at that point. A lot of personal drama between Sleepy AU and SWAT. Very weird, very weird time. A lot of this happened while I was away, so I was just kind of out of the loop of all things because I didn't really have internet where I was at. So whenever I come back, I just have to guess what happened, what was going on, and just see for the first time what's happened. Just to hope that the guild didn't implode while I was away. And sometimes the guild didn't do well, but that's just part of the life cycle of a guild. It has its peaks, it has its lows, but as long as the guild could bounce back, then no issue. Which is what Enthusiast has done for the past, in 2 days, 3 years. But why do I even mention all this? Why am I yapping for? Honestly, I don't even know. I just thought it would be nice to put my thoughts in a video since it is my 3rd year anniversary on the server, and to also kind of talk about the state of OG where it's at right now. And honestly, it's not in the best spot community wise. I don't want to say development wise because there's a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes, and I don't want to discredit that. But community wise, I say community is all time low. We get new players that don't really stay, and a lot of the old members left. Usually, I could care less about old players leaving because they usually leave, make a big fuss, get themselves banned for like 90 days, beg the admins to get unbanned, and then get unbanned and play the server as normal. But we haven't had a lot of new players that become regulars that fill in those spots, and just a lot of higher management stuff with the server, which caused people to leave for valid reasons. And a lot of decisions not being done properly, not making the right decision is what I'm trying to say. This decline really started. 2023 was a good year. It wasn't too good. It wasn't too bad. I mean, I wasn't here. I can't really say much. But towards the end of 2024, well, 2023, and the whole like first half of 2024, I was gone. I was just not involved at all. I will only be able to see a couple things every so often. So I hand over the reins of the guild over to Sarah, and then Boggers returned, and then he took over with Anarch and other members, and kept the guild alive, which I'm very appreciative for. They've done a terrific job, and I couldn't be any more grateful to them. Besides that, 2024, it started off decent. We had guilds that joined, like Turks. They joined the server, brought some activity at spawn. We had Imperials that LARPed about fucking, what was it called, a crusade that never happened. So the Turks made a whole fucking Discord server called the Coalition that would prepare for this inevitable crusade, which didn't happen, and the whole thing imploded on itself. It was fun to watch. I mean, it was interesting, but it didn't go anywhere. Early 2024, community was fine and the server was doing pretty decent. But when we get into spring and summer, that's when shit started to go downhill. There's a player that was banned for very interesting things. Not even interesting. So really bad things. I'm not gonna say interesting. Bad things. And that kind of started a chain reaction. Because now we have, everybody knows the Dog Steve situation. Now he had a really bad take on the on that player being banned, and thought that this person shouldn't be banned because so and so and so. And this shit, I don't know, it's just a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna go into specifics. That conversation has been done to death. And yeah, so that thing with Dog Steve shooken up the community, because Dog Steve is a really popular player within OG Network. Like everywhere you go, you see Dog Steve. People will make the retarded Dog Steve jokes. People had the Dog Steve Church. Like, he was a big figure in the community, and for him to say stuff like that kind of created a downward spiral from there. We had players like Hempen, who I think they left because of that situation, because they're good friends with Dog Steve. I'm sorry if I got that information wrong, but yeah, a lot of older players left during that time. And then after that, there was some other stuff that happened with Just Vibe, causing Fwig to leave. Not gonna get too much into that. And then stuff started to look up. Staff team hired John at the time, who's great. John Fries was one of the best things that has happened to OG in a while. He was engaged with the community. He was doing great work on factions when he first got here, and was the main reason why factions even released in the first place. Oh, as well as Prism making maps for SG, maps for Spawn, which they've used a couple times, and stuff started to look up for the community. And then there's a situation that happened with Red Monarch allegedly telling Prism and DMs to off himself, something like that. I haven't seen any screenshots. That's just what I've heard, and that caused Prism to not be really happy. I mean, of course. And Red Monarch was banned by John, but the owners decided to revert the ban, and Prism was not happy. A lot of people weren't happy about that, which caused Prism to pack up and leave. Just left the community. The only time they came back was for like the odd so events that happened, but never came back as like a legitimate player. Same with a lot of members, a lot of the old community. They left. That was like the final straw for a lot of them. It wasn't a great time. But then fast forward, I came back. It was pretty fun. RPG. I got to play RPG for the first time. It wasn't an authentic experience because it was just Ender Dragons being spawned everywhere. And I think I just became mod at that time, or I don't know. I think I was just joining. I don't remember if I was mod or not yet. But yeah, there's just a bunch of shenanigans going on there, and Factions was on the verge of releasing. Actually, no, it released already when I came back, which is funny because I said that, oh, Faction is not going to release until when I come back, and it literally released like a few days before I came back, which is hilarious. But anyway, it was released and Factions was popping off. It was doing great. Got a lot of new players, a lot of new some players even stood. We had SKC. They rose up during the Factions time and then migrated to SMP when Factions inevitably died, along with some other faction players. Oh yeah, Factions came. It was a great time. Had a blast, and that was definitely the peak of all the bad in 2024. That little window of when I came back to play Factions with the guild, I met so many more players. Like, I think that was the best time. Met great players like Haku, who made the guild logo, remade the guild logo, made us icons. He was one of the main people who kept our faction alive. He was working on bases left and right, defenses, and we got other players who were also involved, like Mana. He built the infamous what was it, the Mana castle? I forgot what it was called. Mana Fortress, that's what it was called, the Mana Fortress, which so many of our enemies would try to raid but fail, but ultimately it did get raided. But it was fun. What it was still fun. uh then we had Ainsley, who was our main PvPer, who would fight most of our battles and then also recruit for us for PvP. After a rocky start, he started to dominate until the very end, where Lava stopped playing, and now server ultimately died. But yeah, towards the end of Factions, there was some issues, like OG always has, with development and just upper management. So I can get into the specifics, but John ended up leaving the development team and he took season 2 with him. Rightfully so. At this time, January 8th, we are still waiting for season 2 to release, and this was supposed to release in November. Having things gone correctly as is planned, we would have had season 2 right now. SMP would have already been started on development for the reset. That would have been too good to be true. But yeah, so he left and that caused a lot of drama. I, for one, also added to the drama occasionally, because I do like to talk shit sometimes. And I was a bit frustrated. Fast forward a bit, I feel like the shittiest month of 2024 had to be November. Beginning of November all the way to the end. It was just a pretty bad month. A lot of guild drama during that time. A lot of infighting. And ultimately, our guild got nuked again. This one was really unfortunate. It's kind of funny because 2 years prior, that same month, Prism nuked our Discord. Now it was Ainsley who nuked the Enthusiast Discord. I mean, we moved on from that. Just shows a lot of eye openers during that whole situation. A lot of like, wow, these people are really shitheads, huh? Like, really just opens your eyes and realize who you're actually playing with. And a lot of the people in the community are not what they seem. And I feel like that situation really killed a lot of the trust I have for a lot of people here. And yeah, I mean, it was really unfortunate. And then a lot of allegations came out with regarding Ainsley, regarding bloggers. Bloggers, he said a couple things with yeah, he said a few things, and there were some clips, and then there was some screenshots, there was some garlic phone leaks. Like, there was just a lot of shit that happened in November and a little bit of December. And then John released his dumb video, quote unquote, letting everybody know of the truth, which at that point, mind you, at that point, it was already a month after everything. It was pointless to bring up. It was pointless. He should have just let it die, but he just brought the topic back up again, and it was just dumb. It was pointless. His family found out about it. He took the thing down. I'm not sure what was going on with that, if he's lying about it, because I'm getting told multiple things. Not really my problem anymore. Well, not really my problem to begin with. I'm just a snooper. I just like to know shit. And yeah, I feel like that was pretty much it. I mean, he did say he was gonna make a video on OG Network exposing the Mr. Epic for child labor or some shit like that. But it was never released. But yeah, other than that, I think that was it. But as you could see from what I just stated, 2024 has been a shit show for the community. And lack of not lack of development, but lack of communication. Really, there is communication, but it's not accurate communication. Like, we get information saying stuff is being worked on for SMP in November, doesn't get worked on. Possibly for Christmas, doesn't happen. Possibly Q1 of 2025. Now there are rumors that it's not even going to happen. So it's just a lot of stuff where it doesn't seem like from the community's point of view, doesn't look like a lot's happening. So a lot of players are losing faith and just are leaving. And some things that some of the higher management say to piss off the community just don't make it any better. Yeah, it's not a good look when you got your dedicated players and donators that want this specific game mode or just want any type of game mode to be worked on, or just want clear communication or just some interaction with the community, and they're pretty much getting slapped in the face and being called retards or something. And it's really unfortunate that this is the reality we live in for OG Network, but there's still some good. I still have some hope that community could bounce back. I believe reset would determine if the server would stay alive long term, because SMP is a cornerstone of OG Network. Where does everybody go when factions die? They don't go to RPG. They go to SMP. They go same with RPG players. Even the RPG players come to SMP. They're waiting for their own reset as well. I know it's coming. I know Eric has been putting a lot of effort into making sure that season 2 of RPG is phenomenal, as bug free as possible. So there's no shade to him at all. But I'm just saying that when the other modes are lacking, they go to SMP. That's the main game mode. And the fact that the main game mode for OG Network has not been updated since 1.20's, yes, 1.20 release, is insane to me. Not even I even said that, hey, if y'all need more time for a proper reset, at least update to 1.21, expand the border, so there's some more things to do on the server that could hold out till you are ready to work on SMP, to give SMP priority. But it has not happened. We've had a couple things change here and there, like the Elytra buy shop, which is really helpful for new players who want to get Elytra, because, as you know, the end is very bare. Like, it's been looted. The fact that the border has not been expanded since I think it was like spring 2024 or summer, I don't remember, because I think the border for the end was expanded. That wasn't tied to an actual update. I think it was just expanded for a bit, but it didn't last long. So they added Elytra buy shop, which is great. I'm glad they added that, but that's just a band-aid fix. They really need to lock in for SMP. Sucks to say it, but the main reasoning why SMP is not a priority, even though it's the most active game mode, is the game mode that keeps players in. So when these other game modes do finally get their respective season, that these players will come back to it. Even though that is the case, the main reason why SMP is not a priority, and if it doesn't come out in Q1 of 2025, it will never be a priority, because of money. That's the reason why it's not a priority. It doesn't make a lot of money for the server. And when you look at RPG and factions, what type of game modes are they? They're pay to win. They make the server the most money. Literally, about 2 players that buy Warlord make the server about $400, and just like that. But for SMP, it'll take way more. It'll take way longer. So that's where, at least Mr. Epic, that is where his mind is at. These servers make the most money, so they get the most priority, even though we are taking fucking forever to update these game modes that make us the most money. That is the current state of OG Network. I did ramble a lot. I'm gonna cut down some of this shit. Some of the things I say, I just go off topic, or I just pause a bit. But I am still hopeful for the future of the server. Like I said, it all depends on how well this reset goes, and if it gets reset before the end of Q1 2025. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have an issue. Then there's gonna be a big issue, actually. I don't see myself leaving unless something crazy happens, unless the server just straight up shuts down. Because I do enjoy the server. I still have a guild here, and I still have plans. I still have plans for the server. I know some people like to say that, oh, you spent so much money on the server, you're forced to stay here. The amount of money I spent on the server is not what's keeping me here. I could very much pick up and leave if I really want to. Modern beta is popping off right now. And at this point, I'm having more fun playing that server than I am OG. That's why I haven't been playing. And if OG continues to, I might just play modern beta for like the foreseeable future. If shit gets better, I find a better alternative to OG network. But that's like a last resort thing. OG network will, as long as shit doesn't get too bad, will still be my main server. Will be enthusiast main server as long as the server is up. But yeah, I kind of rambled a bit. TLDR, I've had a great experience on OG aside from some issues that has happened, and I look forward to another very enthusiastic year on OG network. Though probably after January 10th I'll take a small break. Been playing modern beta a bit, so I want to try to get a little bit established on there, and yeah, that's just what's more fun at the moment. But other than that, I think that wraps up this video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, I mean, I guess leave a like. If you didn't, please leave a thumbs down. I mean, if you don't like me yapping, just leave a thumbs down. That's fine. Just let me know of your experience on OG network. Let me know of your thoughts on it currently. I'd love to know. Please put that down in the comments, because I love seeing everybody else's point of view, because this is just my point of view. For some people, this might be the best fucking period for OG network ever. Like, this shit, like, for some people, this is probably like peak OG. I don't know. I don't think so, but that could be some of y'all's. So I'd like to know if that's the case, or just anything. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see y'all in the next one, I guess. See ya.